in South Louisiana. Anyone who's got allergies, take this.
NAD is probably the biggest thing coming out right now on anti-aging. Normally, like when we're tight in here and you start getting that pressure and you're taking those joints and muscles through full range, this one feels almost addicting.
So consistency over intensity. And then we're just going to roll up and down. It seems crazy, but when you go get massages and they're finding tightness in here, the first thing you need to do is start releasing this stuff. Kelly, thank you. You did the exercises last week and it helped a lot.
Hey friends, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I have missed y'all so much. Welcome to Tea with Dr. D, where I'm going to have some tea and I'm going to answer some questions and give y'all some updates on everything that's been going on. So please drop me a line, say hi, tell us that you are checking us out. And if you have any questions, by all means, let me know. Today I am drinking some yerba mate tea. This is my afternoon kind of herbal tea. If you haven't heard me talk about yerba mate, you probably haven't been paying attention. I talk about it way too much, but love yerba mate. Very good. So cheers. Thanks for joining Tea Time. It is Immune Health Month here at Acadiana Pain, and we are doing like a full month on immune health. So we're talking about immune health. It is extremely important right now for everybody who is kind of dealing with anything. If we've had risks, y'all have heard me talk about this stuff. I'm getting more questions from patients about immune health, about how do we improve immune health? Do we need to do stuff for our immune system? What do we do around the vaccines? Do I need to do stuff to help my immune system and get the vaccine? What does that all look like? So we'll dive into all of these things. We're going to be answering a bunch of immune questions for, the rest of, kind of the today's show. And if you have immune questions, let me know. We'll jump into what we can and answer a couple of questions. So please drop us a line, say hi. If you have any questions, you want to say hi, you want to, kind of jump off topic, by all means, I'm here for you. So, with that, Ashley, let's jump into some questions. The broadest immune question ever. How do I improve my immune system? We did send out an email, and I assume this is where that kind of came from last week, that was talking about immune health. Of course, as we kind of go along and we see different immune health activities, how do we improve how our immune system functions is a big question to that. And the first thing I tell everyone who's talking about this is stop hurting it. Stop taking energy away from your immune system. Before you start trying to add stuff in, before you start trying to kind of do anything to boost up your immune system, stop doing things that take energy away from your immune system. The big things for that, of course, dietary choices is everything. So how do we actually, eat correctly to improve our immune system? Well, first, start taking the foods out that we know hurt your immune system. So highly processed foods, we know, take a lot of energy away from your immune system because your body doesn't recognize them. And when your body doesn't recognize those foods, it has to turn on an immune response to it. And that causes energy that could go other places to go towards your gut and stomach and all the lining and digestive tract, because you're eating highly processed foods. Sugar and sugary drinks, I think we all know that, but it does create a level of inflammation when we're getting that stuff in that takes energy away from your immune system. So that's a very big one that I think everyone could jump on. Anything that is in excess can cause it. Most people are not going to like this, but more than 2 servings of alcohol can actually inhibit immune function. I know that's not what you want to hear, but if we're trying to do the right things to kind of boost up your immune system, those are things we want to stop doing so that we can take energy and go towards fighting and doing good things with your immune system. The other thing is poor sleep habits. If you're not sleeping, you are taking energy away from your immune system. So make sure you're paying attention to that. That's something that we'll talk about a lot, of how do we improve our immune system. How do we improve our sleep habits? A couple easy things: sleep a bit colder, knock the temperature down in the room. Make sure that you turn off all lights starting about an hour before, or start to get like some of those. The Philips Hue is a nice one. It has no blue light in it. You can get some of those little blue light blocking glasses that are really nice. That'll help block some of the light in there. And also, start doing like some writing or get some of those thoughts out of your head before bed. That stuff helps a lot. The biggest thing is if you can start doing some daily meditation, sleep habits will shoot up dramatically. Your sleep quality will shoot up dramatically. So another thing that hurts a lot of people's immune system is that they aren't getting some form of exercise. And so if you're not getting some form of exercise, you're going to have trouble actually kind of getting the balance that you need for your immune system to function. We can get into exactly what types of exercise that is that boosts your immune system. But to start, I would say do anything. Do anything that really gets you moving, get your heart rate up. That stuff helps a lot with our hormone balance. That helps a lot with blood flow. So do something that gets your body moving and your heart functioning. And then certainly the activities that would hurt our immune system would be like uncontrolled stress, uncontrolled inflammation. Anything like that can really put a lot of stress on your immune system so that it doesn't have the energy to go towards doing other things. And one thing that I've talked a lot about with friends, with relatives, with patients is right now, when we do something and we're getting like a vaccine or something like that, the only thing we're relying on is your immune system's ability to take action. If you're doing a lot of stuff that hurts your immune system or puts stress on your immune system or takes energy away from your immune system, it can't take that action that we're asking it to take. And so all these things that everyone is kind of looking at from a vaccine standpoint or a health standpoint only help if your immune system is functioning at a high level. So, when we start doing these things, a whole lot can happen. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, but our immune system is actually responsible for our healing, for our aging process, for our repair process, for our inflammatory process. So if your immune system is not functioning, you heal slower, you have less energy, you age faster. All of those things happen. So boosting your immune system up is not a small thing. I would say it's a very big thing. So that is a very long-winded way to say stop hurting your immune system. So hopefully that kind of helps a bit there, kind of give you all a little bit of, kind of a starting point. So, and this one gets asked a lot. What supplements should we take for immune health? What should we be taking? What should we be doing? And that's something that we see a lot, especially right now. We need to be giving our immune system the fuel that it needs to help us repair, to help replenish all of the kind of fighting cells, if you will. So when we're looking at some of that stuff, most of y'all have heard me talk about a lot of these things. So if you're joining us, please drop us a line, say hi. If you have any questions, let me know. Share the show if you know somebody who needs to hear some of this and you don't want to be the one fussing at them. But when we're talking about immune supplements, I think that we have a lot of research that says we need to start with probably glutathione, which is your body's master antioxidant. That's your body's master repairer. When we look at oxidative stress, what that is basically when your cells are using oxygen to do energy, the byproduct of that is free radicals, and those accumulate. That's the exhaust from your car when we use gasoline to actually, move the car. The exhaust is what creates oxidative stress in our body. And so We need to clean that stuff up, and glutathione helps a lot to go in and clean all of that up so that our cells, our immune cells, aren't fighting for basically oxygen. They're not fighting for energy because they're going in and cleaning up all of these free radicals that have accumulated in the body. This one helps massively by keeping inflammation down in the body because it does help all those cells function so well. The other supplement I would highly recommend would be taking and the glutathione that we recommend is this kind of OGF. Robert Keller was brilliant physician, very, very good medical doctor, did a lot of research on, antioxidant function in a very, unhealthy population. And he came up with this formula. The glutathione molecule itself is too big to get inside your cells. And so he made this one basically where all the components get in your cells and then your cell puts them together to make glutathione. So I got really, really good results with this. And it's, cost effective. It's the best one that I've found so far. The next thing we would want to be taking for sure right now is vitamin D. We do like the liquid stuff. You're doing like 2 to 3 drops of this. It lasts, one of these is got one drop has 2000 IUs. So if you're doing 3 drops of it, that'll last you forever. This will last a long time, that concentrated liquid vitamin D. And there's a lot of studies that have shown, y'all have heard me talk about this if y'all have been on the show, but that low levels of vitamin D were highly, highly correlated with poor outcomes to any virus that was contracted. But in the last year, a lot of that has been coronavirus. And they showed that, many, many people who had very poor outcomes from coronavirus had low levels of vitamin D. So, for a cost-effective thing to do, vitamin D is a great one to jump on. The next thing would be if we're doing this for the long run, I would say have some sort of kind of multivitamin immune function. We use like an advanced immune defense that just has a ton of the perfect vitamins that you need to build up a good, healthy immune system. Like, it's got your vitamin C, it's got B, it's got zinc. So a ton of those that really, really help to build up. Build up the immune system. And we need a lot of that stuff. We need those. And we really want to make sure that we have not only a multivitamin, but like one that has the minerals and the phytonutrients in it that'll help your immune system function. You could take that in a multivitamin. I like it, and it doesn't have to be this, but I would look that same Dr. Robert Keller. He makes an advanced immune defense one that has, zinc, selenium, plus all the vitamins. It's easy. It's like a single pill that gets you a lot of the stuff you need. That's pretty helpful. So you're not taking a ton. And then another supplement to kind of throw in there would be astragalus if we're taking that right now. If somebody has gotten or been around coronavirus, or they've gotten the vaccine, I would take astragalus. It certainly helps your body to fight off or lower infection risk and infection colonization with viruses. So it's a nice one that really helps right now. That's not really something, that just astragalus supplement. This is a really good one, but anywhere we find that stuff is helpful. And so with a lot of those things, I would say that the main things you would want to keep taking would be like vitamin D if you have low levels. If you have been low, I would probably take that consistently. Glutathione, probably the same. I would be taking that. That's one that I don't come off of. The other thing would be, an advanced immune defense. So, taking a multivitamin for immune function. And then I go on and off of some of these other things. In a normal year, if it's a flu season, then we might add in astragalus in that moment and then come off as, like summer comes around. Right now, everything's been so crazy that we do want to make sure that we're make sure that we're taking all the things that we need so our immune system is functioning really well. So hopefully that helps. Those are some really good ones. Glutathione, vitamin D, take a good multi that's got some C, that's got some zinc, that's got some selenium. Take one, a lot of them, put all those together because they really help each other. And then go on and off of some of the other ones. Astragalus, quercetin is a really good one. Y'all have heard me talk. I take that for sinuses. It really helps build your immune response to that stuff, to allergens. So I would do that. I would jump on those. So hopefully that helps y'all a little bit. And we stack those together, put all those things together. I'll get Ashley to throw the link in the comments. So if you're looking to see which ones we're talking about, you can kind of go and check all that stuff out. So what else we got? Supplements. If y'all have any questions, hey, I'm here to answer as much as I can. What type of diet should I be following for immune health? So great question. And to not make this get too crazy, what I tell a lot of people whenever we're talking about diet is kind of similar to what we were talking about before, is like, stop doing the stuff is bad. So, we know that drinking like sugary drinks is not going to help. So get that out of there. We know that eating fast food is not going to help. Get that out of there. We know that drinking a 6-pack of beer is not going to help. So take those low-hanging fruits off, and then replace them with, some good quality fruits. Eating something that's whole, natural, real foods is probably the easiest, like, one-line thing I could say for a type of diet. If you're eating lots of vegetables, different colors, dark vegetables, if you don't have a negative response to those, and you're throwing in some good fruits that have lots of antioxidants, and they have, lots of beneficial fiber that's in there, I would stay away from things very high in sugar, but I would try and go after a lot of the berries that are out there. Blueberries are great. Strawberries can be okay. There's certain fruits that I probably would stay away from, like bananas. If you're doing a lot of it, it's just the sugar content so high that I think we're kind of sitting on the fence whether that helps. But if you're eating lots of whole, real foods, that will naturally guide you towards some good choices. The other thing would be if you can actually start to make foods that you have to cook. That if you have to prepare the foods, if you have to cook it or clean it off, we've said that's a good thing. If you had to go get your vegetables and they're still a little bit dirty, that's great. You got to clean them. You got to get that dirt off of there. That's a really good thing that will help a lot. And so, that's a great way to kind of make the decision. Am I doing things that I actually have to do something for? Am I getting foods that are alive or have recently been alive? Am I getting whole natural foods? Those choices will build up your immune system. Make sure you stay hydrated too. I don't know if I said that earlier, but being dehydrated really puts a lot of stress on our body, puts a lot of stress on getting blood and oxygen to all of the areas in the body. And that can make things very, very difficult. So I would make sure you're getting, half of that body weight in water, because that alone will build things up. That alone will help out a lot. If you can start drinking water, that may take stress off the immune system, that takes stress off the heart, that gets better blood flow. So if you're eating whole foods and you are, eating clean, making sure we're getting those things off, you're staying hydrated, that's a great starting point. That'll help a lot at starting to kind of mold a nice, healthy diet around it. Don't fall for the, fats are bad or all carbohydrates are bad or any of that stuff. You want to eat a bunch of different things. Fats are great. Fats can help tremendously. A lot of that's because you're getting good, healthy fats and all of your cells can function better. You're not creating inflammation in the body. So hopefully that helps if you're kind of on the fence on what to eat for immune health. I think in times like these, it's really, really important to make sure that we're getting the right stuff in our body. We're staying hydrated. We're taking a couple of immune supplements to boost things up. We're moving, we're exercising, and doing some things that get our blood pumping and really kind of activate our immune system. When we look at exercise, there's been quite a bit of research out there actually that showed so there's like a perfect zone to boost your immune system with exercise. And that was like 150 to 300 minutes a week. If they got above that, it tended to show that more than that actually of strenuous exercise brought down immune function a little bit, not a ton, but a little bit. And that's just because of the stress on the body. So cheers, everyone. I hope y'all are having a great afternoon. But so when we look at that research, that doesn't tell us like if you're exercising more than that it's a problem. It just says that we need to make sure we're recovering if we're going above that. So we'll get into a little bit more of what specific types. Hey, Patricia, how are you? What types of exercise? Let me know if you have any questions, by the way. What types of exercise can really help when it comes to boosting your immune system? I'd like to kind of spend a bit of time kind of talking about some of that on our next one, which we will be kind of getting back into the regular swing of things. Thank y'all for the patience. I really appreciate everyone who reached out and said hi whenever we were kind of on our little break. Everybody said how much they appreciated the show. Doing this for y'all, but hearing the feedback is just so great to hear when everybody is kind of putting things. Hey, I'm taking the supplements. I feel so much better. I love hearing those stories. So awesome. Let's see what we got. We got time for a couple more. So if y'all do have questions, hey, Denise, how are you? You are quite welcome as always, my dear. Is there any recommendations improving immune health if I have trouble sleeping? Y'all are going to make me like do a deep dive into sleep on one of these. So, okay. Going back to the glutathione, taking 3 of those right before bed will help your sleep tremendously. I've talked about how my sleep, and I'll show y'all one. I have an Oura ring. I'll show y'all what my sleep schedule looks like with that if I'm taking it versus not taking it. And so for sleep, we need to make sure that we're sleeping very cold. The temperature actually makes a big difference with how deep your sleep gets. And if you're not getting that deep of sleep, your immune system is never able to repair. It's never able to recover. And so that part is really important. The temperature gets us down into that deep sleep. Y'all have heard me talk about it. I have something called a chili pad that is like the best thing I've ever gotten. It's a little pad that lays on your bed that you can set the temperature to, and you can have it very cold. So your bed itself would be cold. It's a game changer. I absolutely love it. They have, as all the celebrities say, this is not a paid endorsement. No, it's amazing. So that's a really good way of doing it. The other thing I tell a lot of people is, right before bed, we do want to do some loosening up. We want to kind of roll out. We want to do some mobility work. And the real thing whenever it comes to immune health and sleep is just the quality of sleep. Are you getting really good sleep? So how do you know that? That goes to my next answer is you got to start tracking it. You got to start doing something that tracks your sleep, because we often are very bad at estimating how good or bad our sleep is. And I've learned that really quickly over years of tracking sleep and using different types of sleep trackers, that there's times where I think I slept great, and you go and check it because I feel good. You wake up and you're like, hey, that's great. And you go and check it and it's like, hey, you didn't get enough deep sleep to actually recover. I feel good. I feel rested, but my body, my system did not recover. So you want to start looking. A lot of those have come down in price. They used to be really expensive. There's the Oura Ring, which is great if you don't want to wear a watch. The Apple Watch actually has some pretty good sleep tracking things in there. Also, the Whoop band is another watch one that tracks a lot of sleep. There's quite a few of them out there, but start tracking your sleep and then you can start playing with it. Hey, I had 2 alcoholic drinks. I had 2 glasses of wine. Did I sleep better or worse? I had coffee in the afternoon. Did I sleep better or worse? I had yerba mate in the afternoon. Did I sleep better or worse? So I would start doing that, and that'll answer a lot of your questions if you're using your sleep data to see how you're sleeping and recovering. So hopefully that helps. I'll do a full sleep episode at some points. We do have a text platform. We can answer questions. We've used this to answer immune questions. We've used this to answer pain questions and show and share pain videos of how to stretch a neck or a shoulder. If y'all do have any questions in the future, take our number, 801-691-7582. Shoot a message. It'll take you through a little sign up process, but it's a really cool way that we can get y'all good information and get videos out to you and everything else. So as always, if y'all do need anything, if y'all need anything from a pain perspective, obviously call the office, 337-504-5144. Shoot us an email, hit us up on social. We're always answering these things. So much appreciated. Thank you everyone for joining us. I will see you very soon. We're going to get these back rolling with a regular schedule. So happy tea time. Get some tea, get some rest, do that little one thing that helps you get a little bit healthier today. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.